Hello everybody, welcome to CitiesCorp Concept. My name is Sebastian and welcome to Director's Cut gameplay number 2. Today I'm going to play on the developer's console. It's simply because I'm still working on implementing the in-game hints so that you guys have an easier life in playing that, and the advantage is also that when I'm playing and testing, I'm having here on the monitor on the left side also the debugging console open, and if there is a freeze I can see what is happening and what is going on. So still from time to time some freezing bugs are occurring and I'm looking into it, so don't worry if you get stuck somewhere, just let me know. I'm also working on that in order to fix it. And initially I thought I will give it a time for the director's cuts to doing some progress, finishing the things. But when I played today, or let's say I was testing and working, of course, on it, I caught myself playing the game again because today's testing was pretty funny, because I started to implementing here the hints, so you see them. They are still not perfect, as you see in the shape, but when I tested them, I caught myself playing the game, and that's why I thought, hey, let's record another video. I have my timer here for 10 minutes, so I hope that I do not exceed too much the time frame, and we can so that you don't need to spend too much time on watching these videos. Anyway, it was also so much fun to record also the first episode, and I got also very interesting and nice comments, so I thought I need to do something. It's definitely better. One very cool comment that I got was, and you will also be in a position to read this in the comments section, is why not putting this different, because these buildings are put together out. This building is put together out of several buildings. Why not putting it together? I am thinking about that. The only thing that is keeping me away from putting it together is that if I click on that and I start to repeat the buildings, then we are at something that is already known. But nevertheless, I mean, if you want to copy a building here today, so let's say you want to have this particular shape, just click on the building and go to the building mode and you will get it. And the same we can do here, right? And then we have a new building, and it's copying the frame, right? And you can also you do not need always to work on the same pattern or design, so to say. You just need to figure out maybe to put it together, and you have something similar here. This is at the moment how the game works. I'm really thinking about a function to put it together into one, and maybe it will get funnier then. I just need to have this enlightenment how to do this, so that people also like to do that. But what I wanted to play today is to talk a little bit about the buildings also in more detail. Why? Because there was also an initial thought about this game when I started this project, and this was making these buildings as flexible as possible, not only in changing the sides and the heights, right? So here we are, but also in terms of building styles. And when I started to work, in particular, the very first thoughts on that was when I visited some cities, they were built something like this. So in particular, when you go to Europe, you will find some cities that have a different style in how they are set up, and I will simply try to get into it. And in most cases, you're going to find something like this, right? So we are now in the brick brick towns. I'm calling them brick towns because they are most cases made out of bricks. You can find them very often in the northern parts of Europe. UK, you can find them in northern Germany, I think also northern France, also in parts of Poland, where you can start to build, and you can put this together, and yeah, you can. I'm not elaborating now on the colors in very much detail. And this is how the cities look like, right? These are very old buildings, and uh, I I love this brick building style so much that these were in fact the very first models how to do this. The area where I live is actually, the buildings look rather something like this. So they're smaller. They have maybe just one floor, right? So something like that, and they have in most cases a red roof. They have a yellow facade. So this is, so let's make it a little bit broader. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to do this as well. So here and here we are, and let's put them a little bit together, right? So this is how the buildings in my region in most cases look like, right? So you can go through your neighborhood, and you can start to look at the buildings, how your cities are actually built, right? So here we are. And the variations in my cities, or in my region, are in particular that people tend to have also, let's click it again, that they are varying also the colors here. So on the buildings, sometimes you have this type, sometimes you will find a building that is something like that. Oh, actually this can be also bungalows. Do I like the color? I don't know. Then they are sometimes green, and the roof is replaced with something that is like that. But then let's take rather this and make it like that, right? So the region where I'm living is more of this type of colors, right? And there are also parts in Europe where you find something like that. And if you go, for instance, to the mountains, so to the Alps in particular, there are even something like that. So in most cases, there are two floors, right? The upper floors are rather wood style. Okay, I'm now exaggerating. Please, if you live in this region, don't kill me. The bottom line is rather something like that, and then they're shifted a little bit to the inside, and you will get a farming house in the mountains, right? So this is what can be found in the regions of the mountains. So let's drag a street, and I mentioned it also in the previous episode. In this game, that's why cars are popping up and disappearing, simply because you can pull the houses where you want to have them, right? So, and then you can do this. You can try to build then the pavements that belong to the housing itself, right? So and then you do something. So this would be something that you often find in the mountains. This is something what you find in the flatlands. This is what I found most often in the northern parts of Europe, even though there are also a lot of variation, but I think we will run out of time to do that. The point that I wanted to make today. Oh yeah, I forgot also to make also the Mediterranean guys. So living on the Mediterranean side, it's also something. Oh yeah, we have now our 10 minutes. So I will be very, very quick on that. They tend to have red roofs. And yeah, so if you travel and they have white houses in most cases, or at least something this right. And the point is, when you look also at the cities, it's not only always about being attached to the street, but you have also the small little streets, right, where you can walk around. And so let's see whether we and then you have these old towns. So did I plug it correctly together? Yeah, sort of. Come on. I'm now not playing, of course, with the height, but you can also make it a little bit higher, right? And plug it together. So here we are, and having this, right? So, and what you're achieving are these small, you know, small roads that you can walk around. And of course, if you want to be even more medieval, you can choose also different style. Oh yeah, this is the stone stuff, which I personally like also very much. And yeah, so this is it. And with that, you can create sort of an atmosphere of your local environment. It's up where you live, or which parts of the city or environment you would choose to. And finally, so because we have been speaking about European stuff, so here we are. So this is how the Mediterraneans are more like, right? So this does not fit somehow. Cool wise, because I think the best thing to connect them is this guy here, right? So yeah, this is better. And what I wanted to, but this is rather something that can be found in Europe, right? And if you want to have then a square somewhere, then you can, you know, of course, fill up the empty spaces with this, right? And then continue building like that. So here we are, and we will attach it to that, like that, right? So okay, here we are. I think this is okay. So cars are driving here by, and so let's make it like that. And here we are, voila. So maybe a tree. Yeah. Okay. So and this is what you will be in the position to build also by combining and putting together, and try to reach also the sort of medieval styles that you are seeing around you, or if you visit the places during your holidays. And you can even try to look at Google Maps and see whether you can recover this or you can copy this kind of building things. And finally, because I do not want to also disappoint our American viewers and fans, I played with a farming house, because the guys from Microhazard TV, this is a German-speaking YouTubers channel, start to pushing me hard to think about farming and think about also up to some extent transport facilities. And well, the first thing that one checks is whether I have the buildings for that. And in fact, you can also try to build these farming houses. And I think I made it. So if I delete the windows, and I make the roofs like that. Please, Americans, let me know whether I'm still on the right side of life. And I go this. Actually, they're pretty red, and this will be the roof should be stick white. And let's make it a little bit. Am I using a broad roof? Yeah. So. Okay, no, this, and then I push the thing to this. Oh, I have pulled the wrong one. Okay, no, this is not it. Let's try it again. So I take this. I'm trying to build a farming house that can be found also in America, or at least what I've seen on TV. So maybe I can find it. So it should be red, it should be white. We remove the windows, and the roof will be blackish. Yeah. Okay. So now this does not look very exciting, but I can continue by you know, making this guy even smaller. Oh yeah. So let's go to a minimum. So here, yes, and this is a little bit disturbing. So okay, okay. So actually, when you are in this main menu, then he's looking for streets. During the construction mode, the game is not looking for the accessibility to streets. And now let's open that. But once you have built the building, you can still, of course, later on adapt that thing. And yeah, let's make this front dark, something like that. And then I will try to find maybe the ornaments that are pretending to be some sort of gates where you can get in with your hardware. Yeah, somehow this could be it. Let me know whether this is something that can be found right in your areas. Maybe this should be more red, and because this is a farm, we should put somehow a pavement also to the entrances. So we will go into the building. He doesn't like it, so let's make here a square where you can, you know, go with your tractors around, and that, right? So yeah, I'm still missing the hardware stuff on the environment, like tractors, but this gives me, you know, if we think about further development into farming, then of course also the equipment should be there. Yeah, the fencing is already implemented. Maybe a real farm needs also an oak, and this will be my last action here, right? Here we are. Yeah, let me know whether this looks something like you know from your regions, and the same here, right? And yeah, if you like it, leave a like button. Let me know whether we are on the right track, and you know, just think about the modification possibilities of the buildings are also tailored for the purposes to be in the position to also try to you know, reach some building styles of particular regions, because the cities, and especially those ones, the medieval ones, are having their flair. And one try with this project was to bring also this flair into the game. And I have been observing also the communities, what they have been designing, which type of buildings they have been designing. And they found very often that they were really trying to get as close as possible to the environments that can be found in cities, mainly European cities. Of course, the skyscrapers, etc., are rather for the American cities. And yeah, I tried to bring it in also for this project. And yeah, I really hope you liked the video. Leave a like button, push the like button if you liked it. Leave a comment, and yeah, have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.